Good evening, New York City, and welcome to another evening of Baruch College basketball. Tonight, the Lady Bearcats host the Ramapo College, and that'll be followed by the Farmingdale State Rams going against your men's team. Alongside Joe Stolzer, I'm David Just. Joe, women, a lot of turnover. We spoke about it a bit last broadcast. Obviously, we'll get into it a bit more here in the pregame, losing 3 starters, including the Division III leading scorer, Mia Castillo. So started the season out 0-3, but coming in with a little bit of momentum as they beat Rutgers Newark in their previous matchup.
Well, David, first of all, happy Wednesday to you and Baruch Nation. Cooperating weather, David, so far here in New York. Mia Castillo, Alyssa Leong, and Angela Baccarella is really a tough loss. We were honored to watch them do their respective things. So Mitchell, McCray, Morales, they're back. They are really, really blue-collar type players. So my question is, who's going to replace the scoring brilliance of Mia, the dependable whole-game effort of Alyssa Leon, and obviously Baccarella was, one-stop shopping.
Yeah, so we have, as you mentioned, some returning players as well as a couple new players. Obviously, Lola Idir leading all scorers this year with about close to 11 points per game. Seeing her, we've always seen her have the range from the three-point line, and of course Isabella Kostyal-Larrier coming in averaging double digits as well, and she's back tonight after missing last game.
Yeah, and, Coach K and his staff do a great job of adjusting and adapting. And this program is on the upward climb. As you know, with the men's team, it's a growing situation early on as both Tamara Farid and Mike Katrosis try and find out what works and what doesn't work. So the main thing is the women have been great at home as a home court advantage, and we're going to see a lot of auditions tonight. And but again, it's basketball season here in CUNY in New York, and we're excited as usual. But again, Mia, for those of you who don't know, played this summer in a pro league in Puerto Rico. So we're really proud of her. And I believe Alyssa is working on her postgraduate work. Angela Baccarella, I think, is out in the workforce. So hopefully we see them on Alumni Day.
Let's move over to Ramapo College. You got them coming in at 2-1 tonight. I think that where Baruch could really take advantage. Ramapo, only one upperclassman, so a very young team trying to find their way as well.
David, if you remember, I wanted just one more note on Baruch. I remember when Coach K put in that relentless press, and that worked really unbelievably, causing turnover to turnover. And let's see if he uses that. But, yeah, Ramapo has a number of front court players that, they feature. Baruch has always had some problems with opposing front court players, but Ramapo, again, you can't take any opponent. They come from that Jersey, William Patterson, really good play out of them. So I always like the Jersey matchup for Baruch, David.
So we're about a minute away from tip-off here in the opening game of your doubleheader tonight for Baruch College. Joe, real quick, any keys to the game?
Keys to the game, Baruch using that press to their advantage and points in the paint, given up and for them. A lot of hands and feet moving, David, looking for a lot of deflections. And really just, again, for Coach K, seeing who is going to emerge. I'm really curious, who's the scoring going to come from? And remember, Alyssa was that second option.
So we are moments away from tip-off here at the Arc Arena. We'll send it over to Marty Collins for your national anthem and your starting lineups.
The Baruch women's basketball team is dedicating today's game to the life and legacy of Morgan Rogers, a former Duke University lacrosse student athlete who died tragically in July 2019 after battling mental health. Although Morgan's life was cut way too short, her legacy of unconditional love remains. Morgan's message was created by her family and former teammates with the mission to eliminate the stigma surrounding mental health, normalize the conversation about mental health, and to ensure that mental health is treated equally to physical health for all student athletes. For more information on Morgan's life and legacy and how we can help those with mental health challenges, please visit morgansmessage.org. Ladies and gentlemen, remove your hat for a moment or 9 seconds, which 9 is Morgan's number at Duke, of silence in remembrance of Morgan Ross.
Please remain standing and join our student athletes, coaches, and officials as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Let's meet the starting lineup. First for the Roadrunners. A freshman forward from the Orange House, New Jersey, number 4, Isabella Torres. A sophomore guard from the New Jersey, number 5, Jacqueline Montaya. A freshman guard from Forest Grove, New Jersey, number 11, Larry Jones. A junior guard from Oasis, New Jersey, number 12, Lola Idir. And a sophomore forward from Buffalo, New Jersey, number 25, Emma Baruch. And head coach of the Roadrunners is Mike Idir, and the assistant coaches Joe Alicia Ross, and Dave D. Ferraro.
So the anthem has been sung, the lineups are in. We are moments away from tip-off here at the Arc Arena. It's the first game of your doubleheader for Baruch. Non-conference action. Ramapo College and Farmingdale State here to play the Bearcats.
David, Ramapo has an incredible campus for a D3 school. If you've ever been out there. Take care. How you doing? Very impressive.
And Ramapo will be in their wine/maroon away jerseys, white numbers, black trim. Baruch in their traditional home whites, light blue numbers, dark blue trim. as both teams take the court. We're ready to jump ball.
Ramapo looking like Fordham if you don't look same kind of uniform.
So it'll be Cartwright and Morales to jump it off here at center court. Then it'll be the women's home opener is underway, as it'll be Cartwright who gets it and flat now brings it into the front court for Ramapo. Ball swung around the perimeter to the near side. Kohler looking for options inside to Cartwright.
Well, I like the defensive intensity right off the bat of the Bearcats.
Nice play there by Morales to find number 33, Kostyal-Larrier, underneath for the easy layup. And just like that, Baruch up 2-0 and forcing a turnover.
David, Morales was emerging last year as an all-everything player.
Now Cartwright hop step into the lane, kicks it out near side, 3 ball. Ooh, nothing but the bottom of the net for Jones.
Well,
and Ramapo's on the board.
Once that shooter sets their feet, that's not a good sign. You can't get them to set their feet.
Kostyal-Larrier looking for options, finds Morales in the post. She's quickly double turnover there. Caused by number 4, Wankaya. And it'll be Ramapo now into the front court.
Morales was out of position on that play.
Near side pass to Wankaya. Nice play there by Morales. She gets a steal, pickpocket. Lopez up ahead.
Well,
as DeLuca can't lay it in.
David, we need the Bearcats to finish. That's a key. Now, also the Bearcats want to limit points in the paint. Right now they're keeping Ramapo on the outside, and they just need to switch on screens.
It's going to be a kick ball there. I think it was off Lopez last.
Baruch has come out with some good defensive positioning, and really it's about moving hands and feet and really staying in front of players. And so far, again, Ramapo hasn't gotten to the basket.
And credit there to Morales not letting Cartwright catch inside. Cartwright checking in at 6'2", having a few inches on these Bearcat players. As Cartwright pump fake, dribble into the lane, kicks it out near side. Wankaya into the lane. They're going to say Lopez is a little too handsy there, so that'll stay right there with Ramapo.
David, Lopez was doing a dance with her hips, and she made obvious contact.
So Cartwright up top for Ramapo. Pull-up jumper off back iron, no good. And Lopez comes down with it, quick to push the other way for the Bearcats.
Good defensive possession and opening up by the Lady Bearcats.
Idir has the open look, near side wing. That's off right iron. No good. Ball batted out long to Wankai is the one that picks it up here for Ramapo. And she'll slow things down as she walks it across the timeline.
Idir's got to make those open shots.
Cartwright puts it on the deck. Ooh, finds a cutting Wankaya going backdoor. Back out to Cartwright, near side wing. Shot too strong, no good. Rebounded there by Kohler, underneath. Now out to flat, far side 3. Also a bit too strong. Rebounded here by the Bearcats. It's Larrier who comes away with it for Baruch. Outside to Idir, straight on 3. She'll be quick to pull all night, and she knocks down her first shot of the evening.
Well, she's really, has a reputation as a knockdown shooter. And once she sets her feet, she's got to go all night, David.
Ooh. Backdoor easy for Ramapo as Jones able to lay it in from the feed from Cartwright.
That was a really designed play, and Baruch wasn't able to get there.
What are we running? All right, let's go.
So it'll be Idir on the far side looking for options. Has Kostyal-Larrier inside. Turnaround jumper, and she's able to get that one to go. Silky shot there.
You know what? She hit that in traffic. So Baruch coming out, I like their body language early on, and they come out, with a sense of purpose.
So it'll be Jones up top, looking for options, picks up her dribble, finds Cartwright cutting. Shot no good. Cartwright gets her own rebound and able to lay it in.
So that's 2 successful plays off cuts that the Lady Bearcats have to cut off.
Kostyal-Larrier calling for the pick, goes right instead. Ooh, pass tipped away. Idir picks it up. Crossover. Jones out on her.
Well, the ball handler's got to come up and redesign the offense.
Morales. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. That's good. May have gotten away with a push. Either way, it works out for Baruch. 9-7 Baruch lead. A little more than 4 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
So the Lady Bearcats featuring some assorted scoring here. Past years, obviously, it started and ended with Mia.
Nice block there, as it was DeLuca who got a hand in, now quickly pushing the other way. Looking for option. She'll pull up straight on three. Off front iron, no good. Ball still loose, and it was finally corralled there by Kohler for Ramapo as Wankaya brings it into the front court.
DeLuca's going to be a good player for the Lady Bearcats. She can do a lot of things.
And that'll be a out-of-bounds last touch by Ramapo, so it'll go back to Baruch as DeLuca comes to the bench. It'll be it'll be McCray checking in for the first time.
So Brianna Lopez has got to be really the floor leader. She's had a nice career. I think, she's ready to really break out this year. She's a veteran now.
Morales now in the post, working against flat. Nope, too many steps, and it's going to go back to Ramapo.
I'd like to see Morales just work it from the elbows. They seem to give her that shot.
So Burke now has it, who just checked into the game for Ramapo. Kohler takes a step before putting it on the deck. So another turnover here in the early going. Some sloppy play here, Joe, in the last few minutes on both ends.
Well, the thing is, I think both teams, as all games, are trying to see what the other team is doing. And remember, this is the first home game for the Lady Bearcats, but it looks like Ramapo is ruffled versus the home team.
So now Lopez brings it into the front court. Idir now on the far side wing. Back to Lopez, inside to Morales. Handoff back to Lopez. Lopez right into the lane. Shot no good, but she's fouled on the way through. And we'll go to the line for the first free throws of the night.
One of the things Lopez has done in her career here, she can get to the basket. She's got a great crossover, but I hope they can finish this year.
And that's going to be the first foul of the night on Ava Burke, as Lopez gets the first one to fall.
I have high hopes for Lopez. I think she's a real player, and she can do a lot of things.
2 of 2 from the line, so Baruch lead by 4.
Now, right now, Baruch is dictating. The momentum is on their side.
And there's a turnover force there by the Bearcats. Now Idir will bring it into the front court. Looking for options, gives it over to Lopez here up top. Back to Idir. Idir going to pull over the outstretched arm, I think, of Jones. Shot no good. May have been deflected on the way through. And now Burke trying to bring it into the front court. Gives it over to number 14, Quadrino. First time we've called her name tonight. Inside out, Quadrino, three-pointer on the near side wing. Off back iron, no good. But Kohler there for the offensive board. Able to clean it up and one.
Well, what happened is Morales did not screen and box out the Ramapo player. Morales is a really good front court player, but it's all fundamental now. When the shot goes up, you got to find your play, just box out.
And around and out, no good on the free throw. So Baruch lead by 2. A little bit more than 6 minutes gone here in the first. DeLuca inside to Morales. Morales, right hand, able to finish off the glass.
You know what? We've seen guard excellence over the past years for Baruch. Now it's the front court that look like it's leading the way, led by Morales.
Jumper from flat. Gets that one to go on the far side. So Ramapo's leading scorer is on the board.
Uncontested shot from the baseline.
And to your point, Joe, about Morales, I think we're seeing a little bit more of an involvement of her offensive game from last year.
She had flashes last year. Hopefully she can put it together.
As Kohler, pump fake inside, no good. Can't hit over the outstretched hands of Morales. And Kostyal-Larrier gets the rebound, gives it over to Lopez, who brings it into the front court for the Bearcats.
Baruch has got to cut off these entry passes. Ramapo wants to go down low.
And 3 there by Kostyal-Larrier, no good. And we've seen that shift a little bit in the first quarter, Joe, as it looked like Ramapo was trying to play more of an outside game and trying to attack the undersized Bearcats now in the paint.
Now, you got to be careful because Ramapo really is trying to see what's going to work against the Bearcat defense. They look like, a bunch of smart players out there. And this is a chess game, David. Baruch's going to have to counter.
And Ava Burke's going to go to the line. Well, 1 of 9. Oh, excuse me, check that. 1 of 4 so far in the early part of the season from the free throw line.
Yeah, these are ticky-tacks foul, David, going on.
So Ariana Madrid and Stella Sweeney into the game
right
for
now.
Ramapo.
Ramapo's just hanging around. This is those kind of games, David, that, people are, throwing rope-a-dope shots, but no hard body shots.
And Lopez now into the front court for Baruch. Gives it a bounce pass inside to Morales. Looking for options. Goes baseline. Spin move in the lane. Nice move there. Can't finish, though. McCray battling for it. Nope, it's going to be Madrid who comes away with it. And it'll be flat into the front court over to Quadrino here on the near side. Gives it off to Burke. A little bit of a congestion at the top of the key. Sweeney back to Burke. Looking for options. Corner pass here to Madrid. Straight on for Sweeney. Puts it on the deck. Gives it outside to Burke. Over the outstretched hands of Morales. Might have been tipped on the way through. And either way, it's going to be off back iron. And it's going to be Kostyal-Larrier on the rebound.
Good defense by the Lady Bearcats.
So now Lopez into the lane. Nice move. And gets the floater to go.
Well, this is what Lopez has to do. She can get to the basket. And you know what? Great finish.
Only averaging right now about 4 points a game in 23 minutes of action is Lopez. However, we've already seen her get an early bucket and and a rebound here in the early going.
Coach K is not going to be happy about the points in the paint category right now. Ramapo is successful in close. Now, it's not that the Lady Bearcats need a 6'5" player. It's just you got to position yourself.
And it's Burke. The ball gets tipped back out to the free throw shooter, Burke. Ball swung around to flat on the far side. Ooh, around and out. No good. And McCray comes up with the rebound for the Bearcats as it'll be Lopez into the front court.
McCray with a great rebound.
Nice find there by Lopez to Morales inside. She gets that one to go.
Well,
good ball movement by the Bearcats.
David, I want to see Lopez as a scorer and distributor. And you know what? I'm telling you, this is a new, improved Morales.
Burke straight on, pulls the three. Southpaw shot no good, but the long rebound out to Sweeney. Now over to Madrid. Gives it back to Burke. Ooh, Madrid ducking out of the way of that one as it's into the hands of Flat. Flat into the lane. Left-handed shot blocked, and it'll go out of bounds and stay right there. Ground pull off, 7 seconds to shoot. Baruch shooting an impressive 54% from the field here in the early going.
Yeah, but they're taking good shots, which in the past that was a problem. They forced some shots early in the possessions.
And then good backdoor find there as Flat able to lay it in.
Well, there's another points in the paint for Ramapo.
Nice, the three ball there, a bit short there from Kostyal-Larrier, and it's going to go back to Ramapo with 31.3 remaining here in the first.
That wasn't a bad shot. You know, Baruch, unlike past years, David, a lot of these players look like they can create their own shot.
So Jones walks out, Kostyal-Larrier to the center, right in front of the scorer's table here. Going right as Jones kicks it out far side to Quadrino. Shot off iron, no good. Baruch's going to have to pull up a full court heave as Idir definitely didn't get it off either way. Bit short, so after one, Baruch 17, Ramapo 16. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
I'd say that was a good quarter for the Lady Bearcats, David. You know, I like their body language from the beginning. And if they can erase some of those points in the paint, I think they've been okay from the perimeter aspect of playing defense. And on offense, we see a really aggressive Morales doing a lot of things. And I like, again, Brittany Lopez shooting, penetrating, distributing. But it's a good first quarter.
Yeah, I think, Joe, where the difference has been really in the offensive rebounding side of things. Right now, Ramapo 7-0 offensive rebounds.
Like David in the men's game with Chapman, the ball seemed to find Chapman the whole game. And, I don't know if you want to call that luck or not, but I like the way Baruch is positioning themselves. We didn't like the fact that Ramapo got a lot of entry passes and cuts. You want deflections. Keep your hands moving and get into lanes. So, again, Coach Cam Shaw talked about what he liked and didn't like, and we'll see what the second quarter.
So it'll be Baruch's ball to start things off here at the second. They'll inbound on the far side. It's Idir, Lopez, Morales, McCray, and Kostyal-Larrier for the Bearcats.
Now, again, Idir is the long threat. Morales, the inside threat. Well, Mitchell had her moments in her career here.
So now it's Idir. She'll pull on the near side wing, and she gets that one to go. Her second three of the night.
Yeah. You know what? She's not waiting this year. She's coming out first option.
So it'll be Madrid up top for Ramapo. Gives it over to Jones. Jones playing the entirety of the first, continuing here on the second. And it's going to be a travel there on Madrid. I didn't really see it, Joe, but it works out for the Bearcats.
Yeah, but David, remember, Ramapo's leading scorer hasn't done nothing.
So it's McCray at the top of the key. Looking for some movement, a bit stagnant here on the offensive end are the Bearcats. Now it's Morales looking for an option inside. Throws it right into the waiting hands of Madrid, and now it's Quadrino the other way for Ramapo.
Morales had a good intent. It was just a late pass.
Madrid drives, kicks it out. Three ball there for Sweeney. Shot no good. They're going to say she was on the end line, and they're going to go back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, Lady Bearcats have not been hurt by perimeter shots. If you look at the 16 points, right, it's a real big points in the paint situation.
And Lopez brings it across the timeline here for Baruch.
Come on, Bella. Go, Bella, go.
Idir looking for options. Kostyal-Larrier up top. Into the lane. Can't finish, but she's fouled on the way through. I think that's going to be on Madrid.
Yeah, Kosty's a player. She really, you can see she's got an offensive mind. I think she can score on all levels.
And rattles around, can't get the first one to go.
Baruch in the past, ladies Bearcat, they've had similar players like Cassiana. You remember Jessica DeLaba, similar kind of player. Right.
As the shot inside by Kohler can't go. She's back into the game off the last break. Ooh, nice find inside to Kostyal-Larrier. Back out. Idir, near far side wing three. Yeah, and she gets that one to go, and Idir starting to heat up here. Her second three of the second quarter.
She's got a lot of confidence in herself, and, that's what happens. Freshmen turn into sophomores real quick. Sophomores into juniors.
And now Sweeney has it on the far side for Ramapo. Bounce pass up top to Jones. Ball swung around the perimeter. Quadrino thinks about the shot. Nope, gives it inside to Kohler. Some inside-out game out to Quadrino. Way off on the three. However, Sweeney right there waiting for the rebound. Gives it inside to Kohler. Ball hits the deck. Instead, it's going to be Morales who comes away with it for Baruch, and Idir to bring it into the front court. Kostyal-Larrier, near side corner three, and she knocks it down. And just like that, the Baruch leads up to 11, and Coach Einecker wants to talk things over for Ramapo, but three big threes, two from Idir, one from Kostyal-Larrier, gives Baruch the lead.
David, the Lady Bearcats haven't had this much assortment in a long time. Remember, we were limited for options. As Mia Castillo went, so did the Lady Bearcat. Now we have a whole, bunch of options. And remember, Mitchell and McCray really haven't scored yet. They usually, add to the mix down low.
Yeah, we haven't actually even seen Mitchell so far here in the early going.
You got a good feeling right now about the Lady Bearcats. What we've seen. Coach K's got some nice depth.
We're seeing a nice scoring getting spread out right now. Idir has 9, Kostyal-Larrier has 8, with Morales 6, Lopez 4. So a few different players here really putting the ball in the basket.
Yeah, this is a Baruch team that's really got a lot of potential.
Idir straight on. Ooh, that one was halfway down. No good. And it's going to go off to Luca last. And it'll go back to Ramapo.
Well, that shot arguably was in. You know, David, how I am. The WD-40's got to come from the maintenance people with these rims.
Not up to your standards today, Joe. As it'll be flat now here for the Roadrunners. 3 ball there from Jones, and she gets that one to go. And Ramapo desperately needed a shot there.
David, that was uncontested. Right, that's got to turn you gray if you're a coach.
As they're going to say that was a 2 by Kostyal-Larrier. That'll put her into double figures, leading all scorers with 10.
Well, you know what? She's a real force to be reckoned with.
Now Jones over to Quadrino on the far side. Gives it up top to Jones. Near side. Kohler baseline jumper is good. That was inside the arc. So it'll be 29-21 coming in on 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter.
What you want to do if you're Baruch, you're feeling good about yourselves, you're executing. You got to make it hard for Ramapo. Right now, Baruch is opening a lot of doors for Ramapo. Ramapo can go inside now, they can go outside.
And just like that, giving them an extra possession here as Baruch turn it over. Inside feed. And that's Cartwright underneath. Couldn't finish, though, with the open look. And now Lopez the other way. Right into the lane. Offensive foul.
What happened is, David, Lopez did an extra dribble, and it got her into trouble. She should have had confidence to take a floater because she's good at that.
Knocked one down earlier in the ball game, and it'll be Jones to walk things up here for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, you got to do that Steph Curry floater.
Jones now to the cutting Kohler. Back outside to Jones, straight up. Takes the pick from Kohler. Elbow jumper, a little too strong. Kohler fighting for the rebound with Morales, and they're going to say travel, and it's going to be a timeout for Coach Catrozos as he needs to talk things over. Little 4-0 run here, Joe, giving the Roadrunners some space to breathe.
You know, David, I'm so impressed early on by the depth that Coach K has. Remember in past years, it was kind of one-sided. Let's call it like it is. But, I just feel that if it's not one place, it's the other place. What a luxury that is, right? It's a pretty good luxury to have, second options, third options. I think this Ramapo team is scratching their head because Baruch has got to them mentally. And look at the score. 29-21. Baruch, I feel, go on a little run, and we got a real separation.
Number 33 for Baruch. It was for Baruch, right? Yes. Number 33, yeah. It was at 6:39.
So I want to take a look at one of the shots that went in to confirm if it was a 3 or 2. So we'll have a few moments here for the refs to sort things out and get an understanding of if Kostyal-Larrier's 3 about a minute ago in in-game action was on the line or not.
Well, yeah, that was deep in the corner. But, David, can you remember a Lady Bearcat team of late that had this much options? Can you remember? I mean, during the Castillo time, it was really about her, right? With Elisa coming in.
And then before that, I feel like Spy, you kind of led the way when she was kind of the point person. But, yeah, Joe, to your point, and you almost wonder if, out of necessity, you have some of these players stepping up to really spread out the offensive load.
He's done a great job of recruiting, right? I mean, there was some growing pains, but now it's all coming together.
So they're going to call that 3 a 2, actually. So it's still 29-21. I think they had that correct on the floor. Inside out, it's flat. 5 to shoot. Ramapo have to move. Kohler pulls up. Shot strong, no good. And it'll be Morales. Comes away with the rebound. Into the front court, over to Idir. And DeLuca shot strong, but Morales on the offensive rebound. Baruch's first offensive board of the ball game.
Yeah, DeLuca needs to go a little bit further.
Now Jones here on the near side gives it up to Quadrino up top. Bounce pass inside. I don't think anyone touched it on the way through, so it'll go back to Baruch. 4:45 remaining. They lead by 8.
David, wasn't Quadrina an album by The Who? Well, that was Quadrophenia. I'm sorry.
You got me there, Joe. A little before my time.
Are you not a Who fan?
Don't dislike them. I don't think they're, in terms of classic rock, probably not.
Right. I might go with Deep Purple or Yes, but anyway, that's me.
Kostyal-Larrier, a couple of players run through, turns around, faces the basket. Kohler all over her, though. And now DeLuca looking for options, finds McCray. Back to DeLuca. Shot no good. However, Morales gets the offensive board. Ooh, can't get that one to go. Ball batted out into the hands of DeLuca. We've seen Baruch now. Couple of offensive rebounds here in the last few possessions. High arcing shot from McCray is good.
Well, you know, McCray adds to the party here, right? She contributed a lot last year. Could go unnoticed with all the other people, you know, who were getting the attention.
So now Madrid up top to Jones. Kostyal-Larrier all over her. Gives it out to Cartwright, top of the key. Cartwright going in with the left hand. She's fouled on the way through. Shot no good. I think they're going to call Idir on the contact, and that'll send Cartwright to the line to shoot 2 with 3:43 remaining here in the half.
Somebody from the front line of the Lady Bearcats needed to step in. Once that running back kind of situations happens, you got to step in. She had a clear lane to the basket. But, you know, Bearcats have only given up 22 points as we near the end of the second period.
As Cartwright knocks them both down, and it'll be Burke checking into the game. And to your point, Joe, holding the opponents right now to 33% from the field and only 29% from downtown.
Can you imagine if Baruch would have, like, cut down on some of the points in the paint? They would have a sizable lead.
3 ball there by DeLuca, a bit too strong, and it'll be Madrid on the rebound.
You know, DeLuca's a player as well. We want to mention her.
And long shot there, no good from Ramapo. Idir quickly the other way a little. Both teams have gone a little bit cold since that McCray jumper. DeLuca now pulls a 3. Shot too short. Long rebound there. Jones now the other way for the Roadrunners. Crossover move into the lane. Kicks it back outside. Kohler, far side 3. Bit short on that pull-up. And it'll be McCray on the rebound. And Idir to come the other way with it. Up ahead to Kostyal-Larrier. Finds a wide open Morales underneath. The ball got tipped on the way through. Knocked away from Morales, and it'll stay right there. And it looks like Baruch had good defense there by Ramapo to get back in transition.
David, I'd like to see the Lady Bearcats get to the line more.
Now Morales gives it over to DeLuca. Free throw line jumper. Nope, that'll go off the stanchion, and it'll go back to Ramapo.
You know, when you go to the line, David, it is what it is. It's free throws. You get free points. And I think that would really help this team because this is an offensive, talented team, but help yourself out by getting some free throws.
Now Jones, cross-court pass. Ooh.
Well, David, I wanted that souvenir.
There you go.
I got a mantle place. I would get the Lady Bearcats to sign it.
Joe, you got to lay out for those.
What?
The ball, you got to lay out for that.
I know.
Yeah.
I got to.
Got to get dirty on that one.
But I need a souvenir with the girl signing it.
There's the mid-range jumper there by Kostyal-Larrier, no good, but McCray able to come away with the rebound. Nice find inside of Morales. She'll drive baseline, high shot off the rim, no good. And it'll be Burke the other way. Bit of a cold spree on both ends here for the Roadrunners and Bearcats. Ooh, Kohler inside, nice find. Just I was talking about a cold spree, nice find from Burke.
You know what? That was a bang-bang play, so to speak, by Ramapo. Baruch has gotten hurt by that kind of two-man game.
Morales, ooh, can't finish with the right hand. Got all the way to the rim, and now it'll be Burke to walk it up.
Yeah.
Over to Jones on the cymbal.
Yeah, you got to finish. You get all the way to the basket.
Now Kohler over to Flat on the far side, and she knocks it down. Big three there from Flat to cut it to a three-point game.
Well, the momentum switching over to Ramapo, and you can't let a shooter set their feet.
Bounce past Kostyal-Larrier. Up top to Idir. She's going to step into a three over the outstretched hand of Jones. Shot no good, a bit short. And it's going to go last off of Baruch and back to the Roadrunners.
Well, Kostyal-Larrier is such a good player. I don't know if you know, but coming in, there's a lot of talk about her and what she can do. And I don't think Baruch Nation really saw it. This is a player that could score on all levels.
So now Kohler inside over to Flat, looking to tie the game up. Flat now over to back outside to Burke. Nope, it was stripped by Morales. Up ahead to McCray. Baruch have numbers. McCray high off the glass, no good. Idir on the rebound. She's fouled as she goes back up with it and will go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, McCray needed to follow and finish. She stopped. It's like a wide receiver, not continuing the route. I'm going to mention this often. Baruch has to increase their free throws. That's something they didn't do a lot last year.
And Idir gets the second one to go. Coming into this game a perfect 100% from the free throw line.
Boy, Morales must have put in some work over the summer, because she's looking like a very, very good player. That's going to give CUNY a lot.
So now Burke pops out, thinks about the shot, gives it over to Jones. Ball moved around the perimeter. Wide open Burke straight on, and she gets that three to go. And just like that, what was once 11 is now a 1 point lead for the Bearcats.
Well, again, she was able to set her feet. That's not a good thing.
And Baruch can hold for the final shot. Kostyal-Larrier takes the pick from DeLuca, almost puts it on the deck. Handoff to Idir. Gives it in the corner. DeLuca open shot. No good. A bit strong on the rebound. Bounces into the waiting hands of Kohler, and that will do it for the first half. At the end of two quarters, Baruch 32 and Ramapo 31.
Well, David, what happened is Ramapo was attacking Baruch with an inside game, and in the second period it was an outside game. So credit Ramapo for kind of mixing it up. But overall, the Lady Bearcats were very impressive with the way they came out defensively. They're holding them down with points. And just the versatility of the offense is really impressive.
Yeah, Joe, the Baruch now only shooting 36%. We mentioned about midway through that second half, they were shooting 50% for the game. So a little cold in the latter part of that second period.
I think Morales, if you screen for her, she can create. All the Baruch players seem to be able to create for themselves, and that's a luxury. Normally, you want a floor general, but right now we don't really need a floor general because they can create on their own. So this is a whole new look for the Lady Bearcats, and we have to kind of get used to it. But Baruch Nation, This is going to be an exciting year, particularly when we get to CUNY, when all those games are really, heavyweight fights. We haven't seen a whole lot of the bench for the Lady Bearcats, but starting five is solid. And remember, we haven't seen that ferocious press from Coach K, which caused havoc last year.
Yeah, definitely comfortable setting into the half court. Maybe that's just a strategy here.
Right. Well, I'm sure that'll be by situational. But we anticipate having a word with assistant coach from the men's team, Brian McMahon. And I'm going to talk to Brian, who's a former player here, really about the front court play, Baruch, because he was a great front court player here. And, we'd like to get his perspective. Hopefully we can get a guard perspective.
So we'll step aside and we'll be right back with Coach Brian McMahon, assistant coach for the men's team.
Brian McMahon, can you get him and ask him if he's right there, the tall guy? Yeah. He's sitting down.
And we'll step aside. So Ramapo haven't led since 2.5 gone in the first, but they've cut the deficit back to 1. We'll be right back with assistant coach Brian McMahon. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
Well, Baruch Nation, we're really honored to have Baruch royalty here, former front court player for the Bearcats, now an assistant coach. Brian, welcome. I'm really sorry we don't have any refreshment for you. I know, but I want to focus, Brian, tonight on your outlook on the front court of the Bearcats. Tell us a little about where we're at. Coppin is the athletic guy, not the traditional big, but where are you guys front court, and what are you looking to do as the season moves on?
Well, Joe, thanks for having me on the broadcast. Happy to be here. Girls are looking pretty good. Just start with that. We're watching these girls. They're up 1. Didn't end the half great, but they've been doing really well. So here, our guys are out supporting them right now. Our front court, we like what we have. You mentioned Trayvon. He's as athletic as a forward as I've seen in my time with Baruch as a player, as a coach. He's big, he's strong, he's physical.
What about Mano?
Mano, he's like the new age big man. He's a good three-point shooter. He gives us a bit of size and strength. He's a good screener. So we're definitely trying to find some minutes for him. He's helped us in spurts this year. He's hit a couple nice threes for us, but definitely going to try and get some more minutes for him.
So I know it's early, but where do you want to go with the front court? You want to do more pick and pop, or you want, it's going to be situational?
There's definitely be times where we want the guys to roll hard, because that can create shots for other guys. So, sometimes we'll work a pick and pop, but definitely with Jack Gordon. I don't think of him as a big, but he's about 6'4" himself. So definitely with a guy like Jack, pick and pop, mono pick and pop is an option. But we want guys like Trayvon, Lay, rolling to the rim, getting their other team in foul trouble, creating shots for other guys.
He's crazy athletic, but you mentioned Jack Gordon could score on all levels. You can use him in the post. He can bring the ball up. He's kind of like Luka on the Lakers. He's our version. Now, I just want to mention to you about Peter. The more I watch him, that's J.J. Redick. Where is his evolution? Is he just kind of feeling it out? Or do you think that he's going to emerge as a real key player?
Oh, Pete is a serious player. He got CUNYAC Player of the Week last week after he had 27 points up at Maritime. He had a huge game for us. Pete's great. He's a guy that we really trust out there.
Yeah, he's a great guy. All the players are great. How are you feeling with your former teammate as the head coach.
Timer's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he's royalty as well. I know you with Gary Ciano, but this is a great tradition continuing as Coach Alisi kind of set the bar high. But Coach Fareed is going to take this. It's really endless. I know he's a player's coach. The players love him. And this is a really good group. Tonight, tell a little bit about Farmingdale, what you know.
Farmingdale, they're a physical team. They're a big, strong team. They're always going to have some athletes. They're always going to play tough. We don't play them every year, but we play them fairly often throughout the years. We went out there last year and were able to get a good win. I wasn't on the staff last year, but we got a good win out there last year. So we know they're going to come in here and try and even the score for sure. And in an age where so many teams shoot so many three-pointers, in their last game, they only shot 13. So you know we're going to have to win the battle. As Coach Fareed was saying, it's going to be like a line of scrimmage kind of game. It's going to be in the paint, physical. So
sure, I mean, but I think the guys are up for it. Now the Chapman game was a good test. The game was right there for you. What were you down by 1?
Yeah.
It was right there. I know Chapman kind of, really you thought they were going to run away. But no. And that was a great test. Because all of these games are going to add up to January and February, for CUNY and stuff. But a couple of final notes. Anything to add? Because we're going to have you on again throughout the season. But any final notes for tonight that you want to pass on to Baruch Nation?
We're trying to build our program. With John Alisi, obviously did a great job. And now we're just trying to take that next step with Coach Fareed. And Coach Fareed, you're very kind to call me Baruch royalty, but Coach Fareed is actual Baruch royalty.
Well, all of you guys that have worn a Baruch jersey were great on the court and off the court. The alumni game is going to be special this year with all the guys coming back. But, you're the best, and we're so lucky to have you. And you're going to come back. Next time, you're going to have refreshments. You're not coming here. I'm going to take an order. Your ribs, wings, or whatever. But you're not leaving here without some food. But always the best, B.
I appreciate it.
And you're going to come on again. So good luck tonight. And let's get a dub, all right?
Thank you, and let's hopefully our girls can come out here, get a win, and we can go 2-0. That's the plan for the night.
Yeah, listen, Baruch Nation, let's give it up for Brian McMahon, okay?
Thank you, Joe.
All right, take care.
And welcome back to the Arc Arena. We are moments away from the start of your second half between Baruch and the Ramapo Roadrunners. If you're just joining us, Baruch had the lead all the way up to 11 in the second quarter. Ramapo cut it back to 1. Ramapo hasn't led since the 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the ball game. However, have a chance to take the lead here as they'll start with the ball on the far side, going left to right.
David, Ramapo started to be effective from the perimeter. Early on, it was points in the paint, but then they got comfortable from the perimeter, and that really kind of cut the lead.
So it's Kohler now at the top of the key. Handoff there to Burke. We're seeing now Burke and Cartwright playing together. Didn't see too much of that in the first quarter. I don't know about that. Kohler gets fouled on the way up. It looked like Morales had the block, and it'll send Kohler to the line to shoot 2.
The interior defense, David, of Baruch turned their backs, and they just kind of, let the shot go up. You can't turn your backs.
As Kohler knocks down the first. We're all tied here at 32, 15 seconds here into the second half.
Well, I believe the halftime message from Coach K to the Lady Bearcats was, keep doing what you're doing, but adapt and adjust. Don't let Ramapo get confidence from the perimeter.
Nice crossover there by Lopez. DeLuca, far side 3, a bit short. Morales on the rebound. Handoff to DeLuca. Can't finish with the right hand, but she's decked. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Sometimes it's a highlight film with Morales. Similar to Mitchell and McRae, the things they do that don't get the notoriety.
And DeLuca knocks down the first. 67% free throw shooter on the season.
Well, she's a complimentary player. You know, she's not even one of your so-called stars.
So it'll be Jones to walk it up here. Jones playing 19 of the available 20 minutes in the first half.
Now, Baruch moves their feet, they'll be okay.
Step back from Burke, gives it inside to Cartwright, inside out to Kohler. Kohler going baseline, out to Cartwright, near side. High arcing shot over the outstretched hand of Morales is good. And Baruch and Ramapo exchanging leads.
Yeah, you got to get into these players. You know, you're giving them a free look. And Ramapo's been taking advantage of it.
Kostyal-Larrier fouled on the way through, can't finish.
Yeah,
and that'll set her to line to shoot 2.
That was a good look. She maintained her balance, and she had a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play.
.35 all, 8:48 remaining here in the third. And good on the second. So Baruch lead by 1.
Well, both teams, this has been a very close contest. I'm not sure which team is going to go on a little run here.
Cartwright from the free throw line turns and shoots.
Well, that was identical to the last play.
And Baruch setting up in that 2-3 zone, so the Roadrunners able to really find that weak spot in the zone as the DeLuca 3 from the far side. Ooh, bounces up and down, no good. Ball batted loose by DeLuca. It's on the deck still. DeLuca and Burke fighting for it. It's going to be Burke who comes away with it.
Yeah.
And Jones up ahead of the pack to flat.
DeLuca looking like Baccarella there, getting down on the floor, doing some of the dirty work.
And good defense there by Idir. And Morales, that'll be last off of Baruch. Now Jones gets the inbound quick 3, shot no good. However, Flat comes away with the rebound. Bounce pass over to Kohler. Goes into, I think it was Kostyal-Larrier. Let's see who it is underneath. Yep, it'll be 33, and that'll send Kohler to the line.
David, I feel the momentum shifting to Ramapo because they're doing kind of a little bit of everything.
As Kohler misses the first. Excuse me, Joe. Yeah, Joe, I feel like we kind of speak about him often on these broadcasts, but Those first 5 minutes in the second half, big minutes here in the ball game.
Yeah.
Ooh, 0 for 2 was Kohler as, Morales can't corral the rebound, and it'll go back to the Roadrunners.
David, I think sometimes players care more about offense and they lose sight that defense really is what they need to establish as a defensive for, an edge.
Burke into the lane, left-handed shot, high off the glass, able to get that one to drop.
Well, you know what? Ramapo shooting really well here coming out.
So it'll be Lopez up top. Not seeing a lot of off-ball movement here from the Bearcats. McCray has it, gives it off to Idir. Idir looking for options. Kostyal-Larrier able to turn towards the basket. Kohler out on her. The double team comes. Looking for options. DeLuca has a far side three. She's going to pull. Shot way off, but it's going to be Lopez. Nope, still loose. Thought it was Lopez. Actually, they're going to call a whistle. Let's see who that's on. And it's going to stay right here for the Bearcats. They're going to call Cartwright on the foul. That's going to be her second.
The luxury that Coach K has so far for the Lady Bearcats is that each one of their players can put the ball down and create on their own. So let's see who emerges utilizing that.
So Jada Sharp has checked into the game. Ooh, a little back to Idir here on the near side. Handoff underneath. It's going to be DeLuca mid-range, no good. And they're going to call a foul. Let's see who that's on. They're going to call it on McCray underneath. Idir underneath. That's going to be her second, and it'll go back to the Roadrunners.
Yeah, Baruch has come up empty these last few possessions, while Ramapo has put together a success rate going on here.
Flat dragging that pivot, so Baruch looking out there with a unforced error from Ramapo.
This is a critical time now, David. Ramapo up 3. I feel there's a confusion on the Baruch end. What was working in the first half is not here. So who's going to emerge to set the record straight? Certainly have all their options on the court now.
So Lopez has it on the Bearcats symbol. Flat picking her up at the three-point line. Idir pops out here on the top of the key. Gives it over to Kostyal-Larrier. Free throw line jumper. That's good. Nice look there from Idir.
Well, this is what happened last year. When you needed buckets, Castillo set that, the tone for that.
And Baruch setting up in the 2-3 zone. Inside to Kohler. Deep in the paint. Looking for options. Has Jones outside. Sharp sets the pick. Kohler far side wing. Ball swung around the perimeter. Awkward looking shot there from Flat. No good. And Sharp able to run down that rebound.
Well, David, the ball is finding Ramapo.
Jones into the lane. Gives it outside. Flat. Baseline jumper, no good. Once again, Sharp, though, able to corral another offensive board, giving extra possessions to the Roadrunners. Runner there by Kohler, no good. And it's DeLuca who comes out of the scrum, and she gets fouled underneath her own basket. They're going to call it on Flat. It looked like I think she was just stumbling over and happened to barrel into DeLuca. Nonetheless, it'll be Baruch's ball.
Yeah. Right now, Baruch down 1. They need to kind of set the tone now, which they had in the first half. They have the weapons.
Handoff to Lopez in the lane. Shot off glass, no good. Ball still loose. Lopez hits the deck. And we got a jump ball, so it's going to stay with the Bearcats.
Lopez veered off. If she would have kept in the middle, she could have had a successful runner attempt.
Good hustle to get the Bearcats an extra possession. As Kostyal-Larrier are going to pull a 3. Nope, they're going to call it a 2. Either way, no good, and it'll be Sharp who comes away with the rebound for Ramapo. Burke now into the front court. Burke, errant pass, I think was tipped on the way through into the hands of Lopez.
Now, Baruch needs to convert off the turnover.
Ooh, Lopez. Ooh, I think she took a knee to either her thigh or to the knee. She collided there with Sharp in the lane. Needs to just shake that one off for a second, and that'll just be a quick stinger.
Yeah. She tried to create space for herself. The worst, David, is when your knees collide with somebody else. Man, for a couple of weeks, you have trouble literally walking from something that seems innocent.
And Lopez knocks down the first. Looks like she'll play through this one. Hopefully adrenaline's pumping.
Well, Lopez has been a player the moment she arrived on campus. And we're waiting her to emerge as a standout player. I think she's got all the ability. Now's when Baruch has to have some defensive stops and add to this lead.
Kaya gives it over to Jones up top. Jones playing almost every minute of this ball game here. Gives it to Madrid. Too many steps, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Well, you know, David, why that was caused? Because Baruch moved their feet, and it caused the turnover. See, when you move your hands and feet, good things happen.
Jones only averaging 28 minutes of ball game here in the early part of the season, already up to 24 minutes of action here.
Well, David, she doesn't do a whole lot while she's out there to hurt you.
Now Madrid here on the near side for the Roadrunners. Wonkaya over to Jones on the far side. Ball moved around the perimeter. Jones gives it over to Wonkaya. Thinks about the shot. No, gives it to Sharp. Now Burke on the near side baseline. Way off, and Idir comes away with the rebound.
Baruch has the man advantage considering what Ramapo has on the court right now, David.
Kostyal-Larrier goes into the lane, kicks it out. Ooh, ball bounces off the knee of Lopez, right into the hands of Sharp for Ramapo. That'll be Wonkaya to bringing it to the front court for the Roadrunners.
Tough turnover when you just try to get into your offense.
Coach Einiker wants to quickly talk things over. A bit of a cold spurt here, Joe, as Baruch does lead by one. But each team has scored 8 points here in the third, really struggling to find the bottom of the basket.
I mean, I just see this being a lot easier than Baruch is making it. You have 5 players on the court that can create their own shot. Just let somebody bring it up and let whomever go, right? We're seeing a lot of standing around and kind of time is coming off the clock. Go. I don't think Coach K is going to say no. Go and, let's hope for the best. We didn't have this option, David, years past.
I will say, though, Baruch right now only playing a 6-person rotation. How much does that come into it when it
I don't think it matters because those 6 can play, right? It's not like somebody's in there and can't do it. If you look at if we were in a park game, you just go. You have so many options.
Now Madrid into the lane, kicks it outside. Wonkaya. For Ramapo, it's a little bit different, though, Joe. I would say right now the only person that has really felt comfortable shooting on the floor is Burke, as she pulls a straight-on 3, too short, and Idir comes away with the rebound.
Baruch has provided enough pressure, and let's credit Ramapo. When they're open, they knock down some shots. But, David, it's basically a low-scoring game.
Yeah, 40-39. Coming in on 3.5 remaining here in the third. Kostyal-Larrier going right to the paint. They're going to call too many steps, and it's going to go back to Ramapo.
What she's got to do, or anybody, is pull up. If you're going to go deep and there's no way to go, you just got to try and use your body control and pull up.
Teams are shooting a combined 25% here in the third quarter as Cartwright's shot no good. Make that 24%. As it'll be Idir now into the front court. Bounce pass up ahead. Back to Idir. Idir looking for options. Cross-court pass. Kostyal-Larrier driving. Takes a couple steps back. Now over to Morales. Looking for options. Ball deep inside. Aaron pass. We're going to see how that goes off of last. And it's going to go off of Baruch last and back to Ramapo.
Now, have we seen any two-man game from the Bearcats? Not really. We've seen it from Ramapo. Pass cut kind of thing. They were successful.
But that was correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, that was early on in the first quarter.
Right. And then Ramapo went to a perimeter game. But we haven't seen a two-man from the Bearcats since the first half as well. I think Morales was in on that.
Bounce pass over to Kostyal-Larrier on the far side, puts it on the deck, finds the cutting Lopez, back out. 3 ball straight on. Oh, that one was halfway down. Lopez, though, able to soar for the rebound. She's fouled as she tries to dribble out.
How about that? Lopez in the land of the Giants.
And she's hyped up about that one. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2 as Baruch are now in the bonus.
Yeah, this is a close-knitted match, but somebody, if they go on a little run, I think that we're going to see a totally different game. And I'm just waiting for Baruch to erupt, really, because they do have the potential.
And then, Joe, I know you mentioned it early on, trying to get to the free throw line. Now would be the time. You have 2.5 minutes of being in the bonus, and you've been 100% from the free throw line tonight.
I guarantee if Lopez tried to go to the basket, she'd be on the line a lot.
And correction, 83% from the free throw line. Either way, quite successful. 3 ball there from Jones on the far side. No good. And it's going to stay right there with Ramapo as they'll get a fresh 20. Burke to inbound underneath the basket.
Yeah, Baruch has to really commit to moving their feet. See? That's an open shot.
Cartwright knocking down about an 18-footer from the elbow.
You got to put a hand in their face. That's hurt Baruch tonight if you break down the scoring.
Number 12, checks in the Roadrunners on.
And they're going to review that one as to see if there was a deflection on the way through.
Play the review to determine possession.
So they're going to call no deflection. It's going to be Ramapo ball.
Well, Coach K seemed to have a great view of that. He was standing right there.
So nothing on the monitor to overturn the call. Now Flat back into the game. Seeing that she's not afraid to pull Wankaya. Now over to Burke. A few shooters on the floor here. Flat over to Madrid in the corner. She takes a deep 3. Shot way off the backboard, though. And it'll be Lopez who comes down with the rebound for the Bearcats.
That looked like a shot that Larry Bird would have taken in a game of horse.
Wow, Madrid able to walk in and just steal that one as the handoff from Lopez was no good. And just like that, Ramapo have the lead, 43-42, coming in on the final minute here in the third.
Turnovers caused some recent problems for the Lady Bearcats.
Morales puts it on the floor, gives it off to McCray. McCray might have dribbled it off her own knee.
Well, the turnovers are the story, David.
Sloppy play here as the Bearcats able to finally get across the timeline into the hands of Lopez. And Baruch could go 2 for 1 here if they move quick.
Well, Morales has got to be the floor leader.
And sloppy pass there by McCray as Kostyal-Larrier was definitely covered underneath as Cartwright able to lay it in. And just like that, it might be a 2 for 1 opportunity for Ramapo.
David, correct me if I'm wrong. It's about 5 turnovers in the last couple of minutes by the Lady Bearcats. And, Ramapo now with a 3-point lead. Hopefully Baruch gets off a good shot.
And correction, it'll be the opportunity for Baruch to hold for the final shot. Lopez takes the pick from Morales. Lopez leaves it behind. Nope. Burke puts her hand in the back, pushes her to the floor, and that'll send Lopez to the line to shoot 2 with 4.6 remaining here in the third quarter.
So Morales hasn't had any touches for a long time. Idir hasn't had any touches. The things that usually get Baruch going hasn't occurred.
So Sharp and Jones back into the game after Jones had a short rest. There'll be Wonkaya and Burke to come to the bench for Ramapo, as the shot there is good from Lopez from the free throw line. DeLuca has checked back in for Baruch.
Yeah, Jones doesn't provide any threat to the Lady Bearcats, even though she plays.
Long rebound. Jones. And it's going to be a travel against Jones as she bumped into Morales. No call against Baruch. Good call there. And it's going to go back to the Bearcats. They'll have a 1.4 to shoot.
Right, so this is just a catch and throw it up there.
Idir pulls it. No good. And that'll do it for the third quarter of action. And after three, what was a 1-point lead for Baruch is a 2-point deficit for the Bearcats. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
Yeah, well, the story there, David, the turnovers for Baruch just got out of hand. And that's not characteristic of this Baruch team that we see for this year.
-3 on the turnover margin there just in the third quarter.
Right. So we saw a confused Lady Bearcat team that had no oomph to them, right? Ramapo is not doing anything special. You know, they're just playing and taking what they're getting. So this game is a winnable game for anybody. And I think I've mentioned to Baruch Nation that anybody on the court for the Lady Bearcats is capable to create their own shot. But no one is taking advantage of that. It's a very low-scoring game at 45-43. So let's see in the fourth quarter what changes might occur, as this is really, it's not a boxing match. It's more like a chess game. Normally we have these heavyweight fights.
Yeah, Joe. I think the only point of concern I think here in the first three quarters for me is just how little depth they're going into the bench.
Right. I think he's comfortable with the 6 at the moment, and you know what? He's not wrong. It's still an addition. I believe a lot of people show themselves in practice.
So Cartwright now on the interior. Turns, able to shoot, no good. Ball batted around. Cartwright gets her own rebound and lays it in.
The ball is finding Ramapo. It's just one of those nights.
So it'll be Lopez up top, flat out on her. Gives it over to Morales on the far side. Cutting through is DeLuca. Morales drives, floater, no good. Gets her own rebound and gets her second chance to roll through.
Well, is Morales the person that's going to step up now?
Bounce pass over to Flat. Back to Jones here on the near side. Has played almost all minutes of the game. DeLuca comes away with the steal. Gives it off to Lopez from the seat of her pants. Gives it back to Idir. Ball on the near side. DeLuca thinks about the shot. She'll pull the three. Shot a bit short. No good, and it's going to come down to Kohler here for the Roadrunners.
Good hustle by DeLuca, showing a Baccarella kind of energy that we came to know over these past few years.
Cross-court pass intercepted by Idir. Baruch have a 2-on-1 if they move quickly. Idir going straight to the basket and lays it in off the glass with the left hand.
Good decision by Idir to keep it because she had an opening in the lane.
Now Jones up top. Going towards the far side, gives it over to Madrid. Now Flat, awkward-looking shot, no good. Kohler bats it out, and it's going to go last off DeLuca, so it'll stay right there for the Roadrunners.
Well, DeLuca has really been active defensively now, and Baruch seems like the momentum could be shifting if they could just limit these in-close shots by Ramapo.
Jones over to Flat up top. Ball swung around the perimeter into the hands of Wonkaya. Cross-court pass. Open look for Jones, and she finds the bottom of the net with a big three there. Baruch trail 50-47.
Well, Jones really didn't do anything. Now she hits a three at an opportune time.
Idir trying to answer on the other end, off front rim. Long rebound out to Kohler.
Well, Idir sets her feet. She had a good shot.
So now Wonkaya has it, looking for options. Inside to Cartwright. Cartwright back out to Wonkaya. Shot no good, but flat again on the offensive board. Second chances here for Ramapo. Wonkaya over to Kohler on the baseline. Kohler's jumper, way short. Still a loose ball underneath. It's going to be Morales fighting with Kohler for it. Morales comes away with it and into the front court. Right into the lane does Morales. And it's going to be a blocking foul there. The foul there is going to be on number 5, Wonkaya. And that'll be the team's first, but it'll send Morales to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Morales is being assertive now. Now, remember, she's a bit of a veteran now. And I like to see who's going to step up.
And Morales rattles home the first.
Remember, David, this is only the first home game, but this is really rehearsal for January.
And if you couldn't make it to this game, you'll be able to see the women in action on Sunday as they host Yeshiva University. Broadcast starts at 12:50 with the game starting at 1 o'clock. Please tune in as there'll be a quick turnaround here for the Lady Bearcats.
Well, David, Yeshiva is a very interesting team. They're really successful in men's basketball. A couple years back, they had a 35-game win streak. Sent a couple of guys to the G League. Women's, Yeshiva is always a good game for Baruch, men's and women.
Well, it's still 7 minutes and 16 seconds of action here in the ball game between Ramapo and the Bearcats. Don't forget to stay tuned for the game after this as the men's team will host Farmingdale State.
Well, the game is for anybody's taking, David. Now, we see Morales kind of asserting herself, but other than that, it's been quiet for the Baruch offense. Now, defensively, they have to just get a second chance rebounds, and they'll be okay because that's really been hurting them.
So both teams break the huddle here as it'll be Ramapo's ball going left to right. To your point there, Joe, Morales, 8 points, 8 boards, 5 steals, though. So and really filling up the stat sheet on both ends.
Every game, somebody else is going to step up.
Ooh, Wonkaya loses it. It's going to go out of bounds and back to the Bearcats. And there's the press you've been asking for there, Joe.
Well,
right on time.
It was great to watch last year, but it also worked.
And it worked there for the Bearcats, able to force the turnover. It'll be DeLuca on the near side. Nope, it'll go back the other way. So able to force the extra possession, gave it right back.
That's what gives coaches gray hair and also loss of hair. Just when things are going good, you just give it away.
And Joe, I can't afford gray hair or loss of hair at this point. So,
well, luckily you're here and not coaching.
As it'll be Kohler now driving into the lane, cross-court pass. Flat, thinks about the shot, instead puts it on the deck. Shot blocked by Morales. I think she was between two minds right there, trying to find a pass that just wasn't there and ended up putting up the shot that was blocked.
Well, Morales has emerged late here, contributing on both ends.
Kostyal-Larrier getting fouled underneath as she's trying to drive baseline, so it'll stay with the Bearcats. It's Kohler on the foul, her first.
Now I would keep calling Morales' number now, because she's really turned it up here.
Well, Idir to inbound. Haven't really called her number either since the second quarter. Now DeLuca straight on jumper, too strong, no good. Ball still loose. DeLuca fighting for it underneath. A little overexcited there, and then fouls Kohler on the rebound. So it'll stay there with Ramapo, but once again, Baruch setting up in the full court press.
Well, that was a good shot by DeLuca, that just not falling for her.
And Joe, not to sound like a broken record here, but playing the six-man rotation and then going into the full court press, I feel like those are conflicting / potentially compounding issues.
Well, unless you're in great shape, conditioning, could get to you.
Now flat, 3 on the near side, and she knocks it down. She's been waiting for one of those to fall. Finally gets it to go here. About 4 minutes remaining here in the quarter.
See, this is you let it get away a little bit. And 2-point lead turns into 10-point leads.
Morales drives baseline, draws some contact. Shot no good, no whistle either. Cartwright on the rebound, gives it over to Flat, who's quick to push. Ramapo trying to move in transition. They'll slow things up in the half court. Wankaya has it up top, all swung around the perimeter. Jones here on the near side. Jones driving baseline, floater, no good. Ball still loose. McCray fighting for it. They're going to call a jump ball. That's going to benefit Baruch, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
David, I find it hard to believe that the home team doesn't get calls. Usually it's that home court call that the refs make. Not happening here.
So Lopez, crossover move, gives it off to Larrier, who knocks down a big three. Kostyal-Larrier, and the Bearcats desperately needed that one. It's a 1-point ball game.
Well, okay, you know what that's called? Stepping up. That's all you can ask for from a coach.
Tied for the game lead in points. Check that, actually, the game leader in points was 17, and that's just too easy, Joe, on the other end.
You see, you do something good and then you give up a gimme. You know, that's, again, this is learning experience early on that hopefully won't happen in a month.
Kostyal-Larrier, her shot blocked by Kohler. Jones able to outrun her, going coast to coast. Oh, couldn't finish with the right hand. However, Kohler gets the rebound. It looks like Kostyal-Larrier was fouled. However, no call either way. Works out for Baruch as it's Lopez the other way. Looking for options. Larrier wide open near side three, and she knocks it down. And it's going to be a timeout here for Coach Katrozos. We are tied at 55, a little bit more than halfway through the fourth quarter. You're watching Baruch Basketball YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
David, we're seeing a Mia Castillo impersonation.
Kostyal-Larrier back-to-back threes to tie up the ball game at 55, and just hitting big shot after big shot here in the fourth quarter.
Well, Baruch has done everything in terms of adapting and adjusting. Now, under 5 minutes, it's about finding a way to either pull out a win. That's how you create an identity, what happens late in the game. It's not what you do early. It's how you finish or how you really erase something. So these 5 minutes are critical in every game, and this is what Baruch has to really get good at it moving forward. Last 5 minutes.
So it's Cartwright over to Flat. Near side wing three, wide open again, and she knocks it down. Can't leave the Ramapo's leading scorer open like that, Joe.
David, is that deja vu or what? How many times has she hit a shot from that exact spot?
Kostyal-Larrier, crossover move. She's hit a few there tonight, Joe. That's her third three of the evening.
Well, she's got game, as they say. There's no doubt. But these turnovers, David, have really caused a problem in terms of momentum.
Flat outside to Jones. Jones driving baseline against McCray. Goes up and over Kostyal-Larrier and able to finish with the right hand.
Well, you know, Jones is playing the whole game, but that was just a big-time move.
Cross-court pass. Idir gets knocked away by Jones. Coast to coast. Finishes with the left hand. And just like that, Baruch trailed by 7. It was once 55-55. Ramapo has then gone on a 7-0 run. 62-55 here as Morales into Idir. Idir foul. Ooh, can't get the shot to go, but she'll go to the line to shoot free throws.
Boy, something awoke Jones offensively. We know she's played a lot of minutes, but she must have drank something that has caused her to erupt offensively.
Jones got 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, and 4 steals. So really filling up the stat sheet in 33 minutes of action.
She's turning out to be the difference maker.
As Idir knocks down the first. Plenty of time, though, here for the Bearcats. 3:15 remaining here in the ball game.
Well, Idir got lost here. She came out knocking some shots down, but she hasn't been in the mix. Plenty of time. Baruch needs critical stops.
So Baruch setting up in looks like a man-to-man guy getting away from the zone. As it's Wankaya over to Cartwright up top. Has DeLuca out on her. Ball into the hands of Jones. Jones driving into the lane, kicks it out near side. Wonkaya shoots a three. High arcing shot, no good. Good rebound there by Idir. And if you're Baruch, Joe, let Wonkaya shoot. She hasn't been really scoring too much, only 2 points and only 3 shots granted in 18 minutes of action, as Lopez couldn't get that layup to go on the offensive end.
Well, I could have made a case for Lopez that there was contact.
Burke inside to Cartwright, open underneath and able to lay it in. Morales just turned her back for just a minute.
Well, that's happened a lot, but this is not a good time for breakdowns. That you get a pass, when you thread the needle.
DeLuca inside, outside to Wonkaya.
Well, the story of the game, David, particularly the second half, is Baruch giving the ball up.
Let's see if they call. Is this going to be side? I think it'll be side out. And it's going to be a timeout for Ramapo as they lead by 7, 2:17 remaining. I think teams just need a breather real quick.
Yeah, but Baruch is out of breath because they've had some wasted possessions. And that's got to be very frustrating. They're playing a solid game. There's been great spurts of really good play offensively and defensively, but the overall story is that you gave the ball away. It's been an even game, David. Ramapo has had their moments, but nothing that...
Few possessions here or there. That's really the decider right now. Pretty much that 7-0 run, Joe, in the last few minutes, pushing Ramapo ahead. They're now on a 9-2 run since it was 55-all.
If not for Morales having that kind of wake-up, this might be a whole different game. So, once again, on the court for Baruch, a 5 capable players who offensively could create shots.
Kostyal-Larrier leading all scorers with 20. Idir has 14. Morales has 10. Can Baruch cut the deficit here in the final 2:17? They trail 64-57.
Morales is quite capable of doing a lot of good things offensively. She can shoot. She can get to the basket.
Inside to Jones. Shot blocked underneath by Morales. Just on cue there, Joe.
Well, Morales is doing what Baccarella did all those seasons here.
Now Jones here on the near side, coming down 2 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Ooh, Cartwright almost let that slip away. Now it's into the hands of Burke. Jones over to Wonkaya. Wonkaya drives, gives it outside to Burke. Cartwright looking for options, steps into a 3 over the outstretched hands of Idir, and that's a huge shot for Ramapo.
It's happened too often.
DeLuca now going to pull on the other end. No good. Ball batted away. Morales tries to save it. Nope, goes right into the Bearcat bench. And it'll be Ramapo's ball, Joe, and it might be just a little too much too late right now for the Bearcats.
Right. It got away, David.
There's a 2-point lead going into the fourth, and it has ballooned to a 10-point lead for the Roadrunners. Now as Burke has it up top, ball swung around the perimeter to the near side. Flat looking for options, gives it off to Wonkaya, takes the pick from Flat. Burke puts it on the deck, driving left. She's fouled on the way through, and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Hey, that was a quality move by Burke.
Number 14, Lola Idir, report.
David, this is a game that's going to disturb the entire Baruch team. It's a game they could have had, but they literally let it slip away.
Yeah, it was really the tell of the game, Joe, is the last 5 to 10 minutes when it was. Right now we're looking at a 13-2 run for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, the Roadrunners just capitalized on what's been working for them tonight.
Now Lopez over to Morales. Baruch need to shoot. It's DeLuca underneath. Gives it back to Morales and lays it in. Coach Petrozos wants to talk things over. 68-59 Baruch lead. Trail. 1:05 remaining here in the ball game.
Going, fast forward, Morales has really come on. We've seen, things of her in the past, but she's really come on, and I'm excited to see moving forward her progression.
So both teams now breaking the huddle. McCray has checked back in for the Bearcats. It's the same 5 here for the Roadrunners.
Right. Coach K, again, like you said, going with that 6 rotation. Does he go deeper in the future?
I think I'm curious. I'm surprised to not see any Precious Mitchell tonight. 23 minutes per game, I should say. Hasn't seen any action. And also Nicole Benscombe out tonight. So she's normally an option off the bench, just not available for the Bearcats.
Well, Mitchell's been a hard worker over the years.
There's a 3 there by Kostyal-Larrier, no good. And it'll be Burke into the front court for Ramapo, up ahead to Jones, who lays it in.
Well, I'm afraid the game got out of hand, and, you have to close out games. But every game is a learning experience, David.
Baruch outscored by 10 here in the second half. Shot no good there by DeLuca. And Coach Petrozzo's calling for no foul, so in theory Ramapo can run it out, even take the violation, and that will do it here for the first game of your doubleheader as the clock ticks away. Don't forget, 20 minutes after this game, 30 minutes after this game, you'll see the men play as they host the Farmingdale State Rams in what's becoming a yearly battle between the two schools, Joe.
Yeah, Coach Tamer Fareed, taking the helm, and we've seen a lot of good play from the men, and look forward to seeing tonight the progression as the games really start to add up here.
Kostyal-Larrier, last 3 off glass, no good, and that will do it for the first game of your doubleheader. It's a Baruch defeat, 72-59, and they'll fall to 1-5 here on the early part of the season.
Well, it was a good start, David. You must agree.
Yeah, they led by 1 going into half, Joe, and it really just kind of fell apart in the second half.
We saw a really balanced attack, but things just slipped. Now, I'm not sure, David, sometimes how you go from one mindset to the other. Now, normally it's a toughness thing, and, you hope that as the year goes on, you get more tough, especially, if you're a ball player, you get into it, and because the season goes fast. But tonight, the turnovers, in my opinion, just broke the camel's back for the Lady Bearcats. Hopefully they can correct that.
Yeah, and I think having some of those options off the bench, Joe, really extended out. You could argue going to a 6-man bench, when did they start losing those legs and losing the ball game? Late here in the second half.
But, these players are young. Obviously they like to play ball. We know that. But, David, I just thought that it's almost like you have to rewire what happened. Because what was working stopped, and why did it stop? But you had capable players, unlike past years, where you had to rely on the Castillos and obviously, like you said, Spyu years back. You got a really balanced attack. So let's hope that next game, they come out and they continue it. And I do think some floor leaders going to have to rally the troops.
Yep, and luckily quick turnaround, Joe, as they host Yeshiva on Sunday.
Well, you got to have a short memory.
So we'll step aside here at the Arc Arena. Stay tuned. We'll be back in about 20 minutes with pregame coverage of the men's game between Farmingdale State and your Baruch College Bearcats. You're watching Baruch College Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.